So I came out to do a little audio, Richard. So sing me a
Well,
song.
hi Frank, nice to see you. How's the audio working?
Exactly.
What are you talking about? I don't get it.
That's what he's doing.
Oh,
He's just showing that State Street is vibrant. That there are people here that are happy that the street is the way it is.
well, it's kind of ugly,
kind
but
of
they can
purpose.
fix that. You know, I think it's kind of ugly with the way it is now. But I like the idea of pedestrians and bicyclists, but it's just so haphazard. I just think the appearance is ugly. You know. What is that you got going on there? Is that some kind of, is that a camera recorder kind of thing?
It's an iPhone with a microphone on top.
Oh, cool. Okay, so it's a little accessory you have on your iPhone.
Yes.
Now I get it.
And
Now I
then
get
this
it.
is just a
that's
filter.
a lens. So Jim used to do real high-end camera stuff.
Is that
No, I
right?
didn't.
No?
Wasn't that what you were assembling up there?
Oh, yeah, for astronomers. Yeah, way back.
Well, so you probably understand what this stuff is.
Oh yeah, I used to work on color filter for astronomers. I used to do digital image. That was my first nanotech job.
Oh,
Is
no kidding.
I worked on digital cameras that you hook up to your telescope, and they would automatically track the body that you were looking at, and they would you could use color filter wheels on it. There's various accessories. It was right at the beginning of digital imaging. I remember being in Joe's and telling everybody that the way the film camera was going dead, it was going to go the way of the slide rule. And everyone laughing at me until thinking I was, crazy. And here it is. You don't even see film cameras anymore. Yeah, that was Santa Barbara Instrument Group.
It's crazy smart.
Not me.
Okay, crazy insightful.
The school, so I became computer literate. Like Excel, you got to have in the high-tech world. And then I have hand skills. You would have been great in the high-tech world because you have hand skills.
I was.
And if you know
that's
all you really
great.
need is Excel and hand skills.
At 20 years old, I went to Infomag and I applied for a job. And the job was assembling computer heads. And the computer heads were about that big.
Yeah.
And we had this dot that we had to place just in the right spot and somehow attach it to the computer head. And when I got done there, the people that were testing me were like, "Wow, that's really incredible." And I go, "What is?" They go, "Well, you're as good as any of the women on the line, and that guys don't usually pull that off."
Huh. I knew quite a few.
I was stringing beads in my late teens. I like to make colorful necklaces with the smallest little beads, and I mean now I'd need 2.5 reading glasses to even find the bead.
Hell, I can still thread a needle. But,
So yeah.
I remember when I first got into atomic force metrology, from dim
Right.
in any event. So the first
He's recording.
the first interview I had was at Vico, which was Digital Instruments. It was working on metrology instruments, and they were testing my hand skills. So they had me take a wire that was about 1/10,000, about the thickness of a human hair, and they wanted me to push the wire through two holes in the ceramic, a little teeny ceramic. You needed a microscope to see it. And the ceramic had 4 holes drilled in it, and they wanted the wire to be shoved through 2 opposite, not adjacent holes. You with me so far? And so when I got down in front of the microscope and I was doing this and realizing how impossible it was, I thought to myself, they're not testing whether I can do this or not. They're testing to see if I give up or not. So the engineers are talking behind me, and I just thought to myself, I'm just going to keep stabbing at it until they tell me to stop. So I'm there with the little tweezers and I'm stabbing away trying to get the wire through the little hole, and then bang, I got one. But I didn't say anything. Wow, I got one, So then I twist the wire into a loop and I'm going for the other side, just thinking I'm going to wait till they tell me to stop, And then bang, I got it. And I went, wow, shit, I got it. And the 2 engineers are just joking and talking behind me, and I go, wow, I think I got it. And they go, what? Huh? What? And he looks in the microscope and goes, wow, he got it. And so I got the phone call like a couple days later, to come in. And they were looking for someone who had a master's degree in engineering. I didn't even have a degree in engineering, and I got the job.
I think I remember that now, yeah. They were like, technically you're not qualified, but you do a better job than anybody else.
And they just taught me the rest of this shit, yeah. And that's really where Excel comes in. The engineering thing is just, knowing Excel, how to plug in a formula to Excel so that all the math is done for you on Excel. You see what I'm saying? You just plug in the formula; it's all done for you.
I think I could probably open the program now, and I might be able to put a bunch of numbers in and get them to add. It's been so long. When I got after the finals, the teacher took me aside and told me that I had a real aptitude and that I should seriously consider going into accounting. And I looked at him and I went, not a chance.
Who was the teacher? Do you
Absolutely
remember?
no.
Was it Vera Graziano? Latin guy? Was it Culper? Gosh, I went through the whole shebang. I got an associate's in accounting.
An older white guy. No, I just took that one class. I figured I needed to know some basics. I mean, I took a bunch of business classes. I took almost all of the real estate classes. Somewhere in there, I took accounting 101. I took business machines, business map, and a bunch of business stuff.
I just went through.
But I mean, it's like anything else. If you don't use it, you lose it.
I probably lost it all. I think he doesn't want me to quit, so he
No, I'm
started
sure he
being a
doesn't
lot
want
nicer.
you to quit.
Like the other day.
I mean, Mike can be large and in charge, but he's basically a nice guy, and once
I was in the.
know him.
He comes walking out. It was a really hot day, and frankly, I was suffering a little bit. I wasn't really comfortable. I wouldn't call it a bad place, but I would call it getting there. I was on the way to a bad place. And he goes, Jim, do you need anything? Do you need any water or anything? I go, can you give me some water? Could you give me some cold water? He goes, I'll be right back. Brings me back 2 sparklets, freezing cold. I took one of them and just like it was down, and I just felt like a bazillion times better, and like walked up to him the next day. Mike, you kind of saved my ass with that water yesterday.
Yeah, that's good.
So my kind of opinion, from that point on, and he's been making sure now that I'm into water. It seems small,
some
but
of my best friends over my lifetime have been people that I did not hit it off with. They were people that rubbed me the wrong way, and ended up becoming my best friends.
Yeah. What happened was I used to play bluegrass. I was really deep into playing bluegrass music. I played banjo and guitar. I played in various bands and stuff. And then when I went on this long bicycle trip, when I came back, I didn't play anything. I dropped all music for about 13 years. Didn't pick up an instrument. And then one day I'm sitting in bed watching South Park reruns, and I was thinking to myself, wouldn't it be nice if I had a little mandolin here to pick on while I'm watching South Park? And that idea wouldn't leave my head. So then I invested in a mandolin, started playing, got deeper, more and more wrapped up in it. People started asking me to come to our jam, And so I need a guitar if I needed a vehicle if I would need to bring my mandolin and another instrument. The mandolin would work out great. It'd fit in a backpack and I could ride the bike there. But sometimes they want me to play guitar as well, And so if I had to bring more than one instrument, I needed a car. So I bought a RAV4, what I have now. But even then, I've had that RAV4. It'll be 10 years old in February. And it's, I've got like 18,200 miles on it. So it hasn't been driven that much.
Beat me.
James, would you state your name?
I'm James Landau.